Welcome back, folks. So yeah, this is a continuation of the eBay a3020 machine, the restoration of that. Yeah, I've had this video taken for a while now, a couple of weeks, and yeah, it's taken me some time to actually get around to doing this. I've just not been feeling too well recently, and yeah, back to full strength now. So yeah, let's get on with it. So the first step when dealing with a board like this is to yeah, get rid of the battery. That's clearly leaked and caused a small amount of sort of fur around the area. So I'm just yeah, trying to get rid of the battery now, and need some bigger tools. So whilst I'm hacking away at this battery, I'll just explain that yeah, I've taken this video with yeah, just a Android Galaxy phone, and yeah, the quality isn't great. I mean, it certainly looked a lot better when it was, you know, visible on my my small screen, but you know, here on the computer, yeah, doing the zoom in with the camera isn't great. So apologies for some of the quality of this video. But hopefully it you know, demonstrates what we're trying to achieve here. So yeah, just cutting away at the legs just to you know, remove this battery from the board. Yeah, bit of twisting, bit of pulling, and it'll eventually give. So once we've got rid of this battery, then we can have a look underneath, see what the you know, the vires and the tracks are looking like. It's looking not that great actually. Yeah, it's definitely affected that middle via, and the track looks like it's got quite a bit of stuff leaked out on it. So yeah, usual treatment there. Spray with some IPA, give it a bit of a clean. Tends to make everything look a bit better after you've given it a clean, so you can see what you're getting on with. So yeah, I can definitely see as we do that, you know, that middle track down to the small resistor definitely has got a crack in it, about 1 millimeter away from the via. So at this point the battery's off, but we've still got the legs stuck in the vias. So it's going to flip it over and then start the desoldering process. Now, I did think about fast forwarding through this, but I think for this video, you know, I think it'd probably be better just to show you the actual process and just how difficult I actually found it getting these legs out of these holes. You know, working on these older boards is often quite difficult. You know, yeah, it's difficult to get the solder out of these things sometimes. Made worse by the fact is these legs are actually quite bent, and yeah, really do affect me actually getting these things out. So, you know, standard procedure. Let's add some new solder and flux there just to give the joints, you know, get them wet and, you know, give them a bit of help when the desoldering comes in. But yeah, you'll see it's quite tricky. I have to get the pliers out and start cutting in a moment. It's not my not my best moment, but you know, you do what you can to, you know, assist in the process. But probably buy myself, you know, like a desolder station, like a proper you know, vacuum desolderer would probably go quite well. But for the moment, yeah, just using this this hand pump. It's seen better days. I think it's time for a new one. In fact, looking at the tip of that soldering iron, I think that needs a new one as well. It's got a nice hook on the end. So here come the pliers. Give it a wiggle, chop the end off. There we go. So that's the first leg out. So they do come eventually, but you know, I'm running the the iron at 340 degrees, and don't really want to put too much more heat into these things. So, it's yeah, just manhandle it, and then try and clear the hole afterwards. Yeah, I really do think at this point that I'm just having so much difficulty getting the solder out of these vias, just because the little vacuum solder sucker I've got is just, I think it's seen better days. So yeah, back to with just a little bit more solder, just to try and melt it all up again and give it the best possible chance. But it will come out eventually with a bit of persistence. There we go. That's it. That's got it. Yeah. So, like I say, it probably would have been better to fast forward that, and so you don't see me hacking away at it. But we got there in the end. Everything looks fairly clean now, so we can then move on back onto the top side of the board. Carry on with the cleaning process from that side. So we're back on the top side now, having a look, inspecting the vias. So they're clean in terms of the solder's now out of the holes, but they don't look that good at all. So a good way to clean up these vias is to add some flux to the surfaces, and then use some working the soldering iron just to run over them, and just give them a good clean up, and they should come up quite well after this process. So let's give that a try. Yeah, that's doing the trick. So yeah, we're just going to go over all four of the vias with that. And you'll see that just in a moment that's going to show up the track nicely. It's broken. Just under where we're working currently. It always surprises me just how bad something can look. Like, oh, you're never going to be able to repair that. It all looks like it's just not looking very good at all. And then you do a little bit. You do some IPA. You get the solder sucker out and do a bit of work and flux on this stuff, and things start to turn around pretty quickly. So I mean, these things looked really bad just moments ago, and this is bringing them up quite nicely now. It's not all we're going to do to it, but it's a good first step just to see what we're working with. So they're looking a bit better now. So we come in with the fiberglass pencil, give it a bit of a scrub. Apologies, the hands are in the way of the camera there. It's difficult getting these close-up shots, and getting the camera just to be out of the way of actually your hands and your tools. So something I'm going to have to get better at, obviously. But yeah, in a moment, once my hand moves, you'll see that these things are now cleaning up. They're quite nice and shiny. That via there, something's broken off the side, and we'll probably see a bit of a close-up of it in a minute. But there's plenty of metal there, so that's nothing too much to worry about. So just giving it a good scrub and nice clean. Bit of IPA coming in now. There we go. So it's really starting to look like it's got no damage there at all. So that's quite good. So at this point, I'm going to be checking the continuity of these joints with the multimeter in continuity mode. So it makes a beep when you touch the two probes together. So yeah, here we go, just checking it out. So that's a good connection, that's beeping nicely. No continuity there at all. That's because of the crack track. That's confirmation that we need to fix that. We have ended up with a state spending so much money it can only do it. Have a good connection. So good. Only been able to do it because the Bank of We're going to check the connection from the wire to the resistor next. Yep, that's a good connection.
It did it by borrowing from a bond market where traders knew they could sell those bonds to the Bank of England. What would have happened?
Yeah, definitely bad connection there. So just check the final wire to the resistor there. That's good. So apologies everyone for the. I think I've got the news, the political news on in the background. So.
In a sense, what it's done is make much clearer what's been happening for years. So between 97 and 2010, it's rounded, the money supply tripled. Great big accelerating rush to disrupt institutions and social processes.
So I thought at this next point I'd zoom in a little bit more with the camera, and whilst it looked good on the phone screen, it's really not translated very well. So apologies for that. But yeah, so we're just trying to finish it and fixing up this track now. So as mentioned previously, I'm going to just drag some solder across from the wire to the track. So at this point, I'm using the fiberglass pen to scrape off the top of the track just to expose the copper underneath. That'll give us a good couple of millimeters of the track to attach the solder to.
You'll know that the House of Lords did a report into quantitative easing, a very distinguished group of economists, some of Britain's leading economists.
So to help the solder make the join, we're going to add flux to the exposed track in the wire, and then add some solder into that wire. So with the battery replacement I'm going to be doing, we don't need that middle wire. The legs actually go around the other three. So we can completely fill this wire in and drag it across to the track, which is what I'm about to have my first attempt at. So you basically just load the soldering iron up with solder and drag it across, and it should make the connection. So it's not plain ball, so I'm going to add some more solder into the area. It looks like it's starting to make the join now. It's difficult to see on this zoomed in position here with all the flux and the shininess that's happening, but I think it's made the join. So I cut a bit of the video here, so I do a quick check, and it's clear it's not made the join actually correctly. So I'm just getting back in again with a bit more solder and just dragging it across again, and it looks like that has definitely done it. So we come back in with the multimeter and just give the joint a quick test and see what the result is. So quickly testing the joint. We've got continuity on that joint now, so that's good. That's a successful repair. So now I've done a final clean-up. That's the close-up view. So I've also used the fiberglass pen to clean up the two resistors, R73 and the other one just on the other side by the floppy connector. But you can see where I've dragged the solder across that joint. Alternatively, you could put a piece of wire across there, solder it to the track. I mean, I thought it'd be easier and quicker to just drag the solder across, but it probably turns out it actually maybe would have been easier just to put a piece of wire in place. But that's the repair done. So that's now ready to put the battery holder in place and give it a quick test and make sure it's all working okay. So that's the end of this video for the fixing up the battery damage there. So the next video is going to be about the capacitor replacement. So I'll see you in the next one, guys. Thank you very much. Bye bye.